right, in today's lower intensities day, kind of a movement day, we're out. We had a late baseball game last night, so I didn't get home till like 11:30. Didn't get to bed till late, so didn't get a ton of sleep. So again, and I have it planned out in my days. Typically, my Thursdays are a more movement-based day, low aerobic conditioning type day, and that's what we're going to focus on here in this part of the session. In aerobic fitness, aerobic training gets a lot of, I don't know, bad rap, especially in the sports performance realm these days. You don't have to train aerobically, but I think your aerobic system is important. It is huge. Yes, if you're playing sports and being active and stuff like that, I think a lot of that, the sport aspect takes care of a lot of the aerobic fitness. That people say, oh, the zone 1, zone 2, all that stuff, and that I don't really care too much about the zones. Again, I think people go overboard with that too, is training the zone 1, zone 2, the 3, 4, or 5, whatever heart rate zone they're going to train in. I think we get overboard with that as well. And I think we can just focus on, especially with just everyday, regular, washed up former has-been, never was athletes like myself. Yes, I have a heart rate monitor. I have all that stuff that I can use. But a lot of people don't have that stuff, and they don't want it, and they just get kind of overwhelmed with different numbers and heart rates and zones and things like that. Whereas just do some lower intensity stuff. Walking, that's probably the best exercise for most people, is just get out and walk, especially if you're obese, overweight, you're just looking to get back into fitness and health, and just start walking a little bit and then build from there. Or then people go overkill with the running. Can distance running be good? Yeah, if you like it, enjoy it, great, do it. I hate it. I think it's the most boring thing in the world. I'll run a mile every once in a while. I think I'm gonna start getting into more like miles. But I like sprinting. That's my thing. And yes, that definitely can help aerobic fitness is sprinting. But I think lower intensity, longer duration, lower intensity work is beneficial too, especially for your heart. That's what it is. Cardio is for your heart. And again, running is not the only way to do it. Maybe you like biking. I don't like biking because I hate the feeling of the seat in between my butt cheeks. Like Aerodyne, I have an old Aerodyne bike. I'll use that every once in a while, but I still like the feeling of something grabbing in my butt crack. But there's so many different ways to train aerobically. It's not lifting. That's not going to do it. But getting your heart beating, a little bit of work. And again, you don't have to have a heart rate monitor. If you have it, yes, great. Get a strapped one if you want to get one. The Oura Ring doesn't do a great job of heart rate, I don't think. Your Apple Watches, your smartwatches, they don't do a good job of heart rate. Your machines, I remember being in a gym, they have the machines with the sensors on them. Those definitely do a good job of your heart rate. So get a strap if you're going to do one and follow your heart rate. But again, you don't have to worry. I don't think you have to worry too much about that stuff. Do some lower intensity stuff, walking, again, biking, swimming, like what I'm going to do today, crawling, and we're going to do some carries, so different crawling variations and carries. Things that I'll think about it as you're able to talk. Like when I'm doing it, I'm able to talk to you. I'm not out of breath. And then do something that's a little bit more challenging, more hard, where you can feel you put your hand on your chest and you feel your heart just beating a little bit. For me, my favorite variation of that is just going playing basketball, go playing sports, doing some hill sprints with less rest, recovery, things like that. So do something that's lower intensity, and you probably don't even need to start with the high intensity stuff. Start with lower intensity stuff because you're probably so, what is the word I'm looking for? Stressed out as it is with life, with work, with finances, with kids. You don't need to throw something else that's super high intense into your life, like quote unquote HIIT training, or something really high, like running miles and miles and miles. So start slow and build up. Meet yourself where you are, like with everything in training, with nutrition, with habit building. Meet yourself where you're at, and then help build to get to where you want to be. So again, I think people overcomplicate training in general, but cardio conditioning as well, where you got to follow all those zones. No, let's just start and do something lower intensity. And if you want to get the heart beating a little bit more, do something that gets it pumping, because all the systems work together. The lactic, the glycolytic, the aerobic, they're all working together anyway. So honestly, I don't think it matters in the big scheme of things, especially for us washed up, has been, never was athletes still trying to be athletic. But again, today for my conditioning, we are just going to do different crawl variations. We're going to do 20 minutes. I'm going to turn the red light on just to get a little bit of exposure. I wanted to do this outside, but the grass is pretty wet and my grass is long, and I don't feel like getting all wet right now before I have a client coming in like an hour. So I'm just going to do it down here. But eventually, yes, getting outside, getting that ground, feeling the ground, getting the grass, getting dirty a little bit, but I just don't like getting all wet. Because then you get wet, then you get muddy, and then you just feel gross. But again, we're just going to crawl back and forth, different crawling variations. We're going to throw in some sandbag carries too, because I haven't done a lot of carries lately, so I want to get some more sandbag. There's different ways you can do this. Again, limited by only your imagination, but I'm going to try and keep my heart rate from like the 120s to 140, somewhere in that range, that lower end, lower to mid end. Again, not super strict on it, but I'm just going to go continuous. If I feel like getting too high a heart rate or wrists start to hurt or something that's a little tired, I'll take a little bit of break. But again, this is going to be continuous. You could do it like 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds off, or 30 seconds work, minute off, whatever it is, or a minute work, a minute off, whatever. You can pair up the rest ratios. Again, you can dink and dunk and figure out the best that works for you and change it up to just make things more interesting. But again, I could do a whole video diving into different forms of conditioning or cardio that you can do. But today I'm just going to go continuous 20 minutes, do different crawls and different carry variations as we go. So we're going to get going here. I'm probably not going to film the whole thing just because that's going to be 20 minutes of video and it could get kind of boring. So we'll end up breaking it down into like shorter clips of each movement I do. So I'm going to go get the sandbag, get the light on, and we're going to get going.